funny friends, my funny friends, my funny friends now. My funny friends, my funny friends, my funky friends now.
Starring Drew Harrison and his funny friends.
We're back with another My Funny Friends. I'm your host, Drew Harrison. Today, I invited a friend of mine I met a while back in the North Carolina comedy scene, and he's got an amazing podcast out. And he was so gracious to let me and my buddy crash at his place that he shares with his friend today. Tank, how you doing, buddy?
Dude, doing well, man. Happy to be on the podcast. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, man. Thank you so much, man. Tell us about the full service podcast that you do.
Yeah, so I started in October of 2019, and I basically interview sex workers. I find out, how they got in the industry, basically their entire experience. And that goes from anywhere from escorts, cam girls, panty sellers, people that do phone sex, porn stars, basically anybody in any kind of facet of the adult industry.
Nice.
I interview them. It's a lot of fun.
What has been your favorite episode so far? Who's your favorite person to interview?
I interviewed this lady. She's a dominatrix, also an escort, and then also does wrestling, which is cool. I didn't even realize that was that was a thing, but a
same
lot of
outfits,
dudes,
I guess. So.
Yeah, she's wearing a hotter outfit than most wrestlers.
Nice.
But this lady in Atlanta, Blythe Rex, is
nice.
tight. Yeah,
nice. That's awesome, dude. Well, thanks for coming on the show. The idea of the show is I bring a funny friend of mine onto the show, and they in turn bring a funny friend of theirs on. So who did you bring as your funny friend today?
I brought my boy, the one, the only Mike Horn is on the podcast.
Yeah, what's up, buddy? I love when my friends are also, or their funny friends are also my funny friends. So it's nice. I've known Mike for a while now too.
Yes, sir.
When you would jump in your car and come down to those open mics at Dead Crow, man.
Oh, good times.
Yeah. Well, what year and where did you guys start doing comedy?
So I started in 2015, and I think I started probably in May of 2015. And in Raleigh, my first open mic was a Good Nights on the open mic.
Nice.
And
it's a hell of a first mic to hit.
Oh, dude, I was so nervous because at that point they were banned. They wrote on the list, they're if you go over the light, you will be banned from the club.
Yeah.
And shit was nerve-wracking. It's packed.
Yeah. That stage is terrifying, man. So I can't imagine doing that your first time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Mike, what about you?
I took the class with Charlie Viricola. That was my first time on stage.
Planet Charlie.
Yeah. Everybody in here at this house is taking the class with Charlie, so we call ourselves the Charlie's Angels.
Charlie's. That's fantastic. That is so good, man. I wonder what that guy's up to now.
Working at REI.
Comedy leads you down a dangerous path sometimes.
It does, and we walk it so tightly.
Shout out Charlie.
Yeah. So what year was that? What year did you say?
That was 2015.
Okay, so about the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Did you guys instantly become friends once you saw each other out in the scene, or did it build up, or tell me about this bromance in Raleigh in 2015?
I stopped sort of for a little while, and then I started back. I feel like it was late 2016 or 2017, and that's really when I saw Tank for the first time, or really just got to know him. And I think we went to a Dr. Dog concert. He remembers talking to me before this, but in my head, in my version, we went to a Dr. Dog show and became friends. So
did we just become friends?
I remember meeting Mike at it was Carolina Brewing Company in Holly Springs had an open mic, And I remember meeting Mike there, and then we kind of like, too fat. I feel like I don't know if fat people gravitate towards each
They
other.
do.
They do.
But we just felt it,
Yeah.
And
You got to have people to go to buffets with back when buffets used to be a
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean?
real talk.
It's a
Because
team event, you know?
The first time I did comedy, I remember before that I was just going to open mics to kind of check them out. And one of the first actually, I'm pretty sure the first comic I ever saw was Tank at Goodnights, and he was telling this joke about sleep apnea, how it's something fat people get and they can't breathe. And I'm just like, oh, dude, I know.
My people.
And so
I love it. So tell me about how comedy, what was the scene like in 2015, 2016 in the Triangle?
So in terms of like the open mic scene, Good Nights has kind of like always been like king in Raleigh. And at that point, they didn't cap the list for the open mic.
Jesus.
So you could go up, like the open mic would start at 8 p.m. and pretty much go till midnight. Everybody's doing 3 minutes. They'd kind of like they'd have 3 like separate hosts for the show.
I think I saw, it wasn't quite to that level, but I think I went one night when there was like 32.
Oh yeah.
And I was like 24th. It was brutal.
Dude, the first time my mom ever saw me do comedy at Good Nights, I was 39 on the list. And she got there at 8 o'clock and had to sit through everybody.
Has she been back to see you since?
Literally the second time she ever saw me do stand-up was at the Tabernacle for Theo Vaughn.
Oh, I mean, that's a great show to take in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom got to see me one time. She's seen my live comedy once, and I was told 30 minutes before the show it was a clean show.
Oh God.
And I was so new that instead of cleaning up my already jokes, I was like, now's a great time to try some new stuff. It was so bad. So bad. Like for the next few years, I would bring up comedy and my mom would be like, oh, you're still doing that? Okay. So bad. So I need redemption from my mom watching me for sure.
Hell yeah. What Mike, how was it for you? Like what do you remember like 2015, 2016 in Raleigh? What was that like?
Like back then, I don't think I did the Good Nights because I don't remember that where it went that late. But I went up occasionally, and I remember going to the Wilmington mic, and then when I first started, I actually felt like the most comfortable at Dead Crow, so I tried doing that.
Welcoming place for sure.
It is, but it was a similar deal where like I remember I drove down and I was like second to last or really late on like a 30 plus list, and then the guy before me like ate a hot dog on stage and didn't tell any jokes or something. And
that's the caveat with Dead Crow. It's welcoming, but you might see some. Like, I remember a guy right before me put a condom on the mic.
Beautiful.
I was like, all right, we're off to a good start.
Yeah, I always saw like interesting things at the Dead Crow mic, but other than that, I mean, it was really welcoming, and I remember I was just really shy, especially in the Raleigh scene, so I wanted to get kind of as comfortable as I could somewhere else.
Yeah, and I loved seeing you come down to Wilmington, man.
I appreciate it, man. I love everyone out there is just awesome, and Amy Elfers is dope, and it's a great club.
Guys, go check out the new spot whenever you can, man.
I can't wait.
Amazing.
Yeah,
definitely.
Amazing. Yeah.
So it wasn't until I met Tank that I felt like I was comfortable in the scene.
Gotcha. Yeah. Nice. So have you guys gotten to, hit the road together, like do shows together, or y'all kind of just in the same thing?
It's been a while. Like it's mostly probably been since we're like in North Carolina, but I mean, we'd be going to Wilmington, driving to Greensboro, doing the Idiot Box.
Yeah.
Like we used to go. I feel like we used to do Greensboro a lot.
Yeah.
At least, yeah.
Greensboro. I feel like once you left, I really didn't start hitting the road too much until after you left for Atlanta. And Aaron Ransom sort of became the guy I did a lot of road shit with.
Love that guy, man.
Ransom's the best.
Yeah.
But Charlotte, Wilmington, I think that's what we've all done. Just gone around North Carolina as much as we can.
The circuit. You'll love it, man. I miss it. for sure.
Kind of like
too.
Raleigh, Greensboro, Wilmington. Just like I don't know if it's a triangle or what that is, but
I know a hard RIP because of terrible, terrible things. But back when DSI was a thing, it was in the
oh
mix.
shit,
Yeah,
we used to hit.
hit up
Well,
Chapel Hill.
once DSI closed and then they opened up the pit, we're definitely going to the pit like a lot,
I never got to go to the pit. I was unfortunately new to DSI.
Dude, the
dude.
pit was something else. The pit was like, oh, you have a show idea you want to do? Sure. Just,
like that
let's do it.
Mike had a dope show that he had like maybe a 2 or 3 times you put on at the pit.
Yeah.
It was like safe space comedies amnesty hour was just like comedians being wild as fuck, dude.
Eating hot
God.
dogs.
We had eat a donut for $5 to $10.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Eat a
Anywhere
donut
from
on a
$5 to $10 off a string. So it was like hanging there, and we got Phil Warren to eat it and tell like a threesome story with him and Cornish. It was beautiful, bro.
I love it, man. I love when a weird idea comes together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 people in the audience, but it was dope. So
the epitome of the pit. 2 people in the audience.
I spent like $100 on merch trying to like our posters and Facebook ads. I got 2 people, but I'm still proud of it.
That was the tough part about Chapel Hill is if people were on that street, they were going to a sports bar, probably. You know,
They're just walking the opposite direction of the pit always.
and you could go out and bark, but they didn't care. They did not care at all. Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, how did you guys reunite in Atlanta?
So I moved to Atlanta in 2019, and I've been trying to get. So me and Mike were roommates in Raleigh. Like after I got out of my last relationship, I moved in with Mike at his spot, and it was best time ever, best roommates. So I moved down to Atlanta, and then I was just like whispering in his ear, like, "Dog, ATL, baby, it's the spot."
Nice.
Reunite, recreate this magic that we had, dude. Come down. And he was hesitant. But I convinced him, I guess. What is that how you see it? What do you see happening?
Yeah, you convinced me. You told me this awesome, great place, and then I'm here. But I mean, I was living in the mountains like 2 hours away because the pandemic sort of forced me out of Raleigh.
Yeah.
And so it made more sense to move here than Raleigh, and I'm closer to home this way. And yeah, this dude, he's like, we're just gonna make everything. We're gonna make the shows. We're gonna do comedy, bro. We're gonna write together. We're gonna
make movies.
I'm in the film industry, it's down.
We're gonna make everything.
Oh yeah, he said that.
Love, dude.
I love the sales pitch, man. I love the sales. So he finally wore you down. You moved into the house in Atlanta.
Us two and Jason's room,
yeah. So I love it, man. I love seeing you guys scheme and plot together, but because especially game day.
That's all we do.
So run me through your NFL game day, because I heard y'all talking some crazy good ideas in the kitchen before sitting down and watching the game.
I mean, week 1 definitely was big because we had to go with the sausage Velveeta Rotel dip. That is just a classic for at least week 1 at least.
Yep.
We haven't done chicken wings yet. We bought chicken wings, but we haven't like cooked chicken wings, which I feel like we need to do that.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a bonding moment that 2 friends should share on game day.
Wings. We did a breakfast weekend where we just like gravy, biscuits, all that good stuff.
Roasted potatoes, bacon.
Dude, we did do the buffalo chicken dip. That was fire.
So, buffalo chicken dip. Hell yeah.
Love a good buffalo chicken dip. I hear you on that one. I hear you.
And then like we're in like a fantasy league together where we're like, there's like it's like a chug league.
I was in it one year.
Oh yeah.
So I had to retire. The heartburn was too real.
I understand. I'm in 3, and so like every Sunday morning, I get up and have to chug 2 to 3 beers, and it's shitty.
Yeah, I'm not having a good fantasy football year, so I would be
It's been
chug a
weird.
lugging. Yeah.
Yeah.
You thought surefires didn't go your I don't know. It's
I'm
you listen to my
0-5.
other podcast to hear my thoughts on my fantasy football year. But so you guys, I have to ask, we were talking about the road trip. Favorite road trip snack and why?
Ooh, I mean, I got to go with. I mean, Quick Trip has these 99-cent egg rolls
That's yeah.
that are fucking fantastic,
You had me at 99 cents.
dude. Yeah, I got to go Quick Trip egg rolls or like probably pizza flavored combos.
Ooh,
I really enjoy those as well.
I do like the pizza combos. I hear you.
Or the nacho cheese bugles. I can't decide.
Because then you can just put them on your finger and just drive with the other.
Yeah, I'm getting triggered by that. That question really triggered me, dude. I'm eating dinner. I'm like,
in the best way
"Fuck,
possible.
let's take a ride."
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, cosmic brownies are like my favorite thing ever. So usually I'll get a cosmic brownie, or if I'm feeling something savory, anything that's rolling on one of those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The torpedoes or pizza,
the taco
buffalo,
sticks.
I don't care. Yeah, just give me one. I don't
Yeah,
care what it
I
is.
hear you. I'm a Sheets fried cheese curd fan myself.
Sheets is so good, man.
Yeah.
I miss Sheets.
Yeah.
I miss Sheets.
Not in Atlanta. No Sheets
There's
in
no
Atlanta.
Sheets. Dude.
Oh no. Yeah. So tell me how you guys tried to stay sane and try to stay creative, like getting the comedy juices flowing a little bit during COVID. Like, did you guys just hang out and write? Like, did you I know Tank, you probably dove into your podcast. Like, tell me how y'all got through quarantine without losing your mind.
Yeah, I mean, the beginning of quarantine was rough. I feel like the thing that really kept me sane was just a lot of Pinot Grigio. That and like Skyrim
Nice.
a lot.
Nice.
But really just working on the podcast, it gave me something to do because like I didn't have a job pretty much for like all of COVID.
Yeah.
And so I still had something I had to do every single week, which is put out the podcast. And that's what I was just like, all right, let me get these interviews. Let me just keep doing this thing to like make the time pass and have some like sense of like normalcy,
For sure.
I was
kind
judging,
of routine.
Oh yeah, you gotta have something, or else you just fucking go crazy. And then I was doing like roast, like Jacob Rice was putting on these like virtual roast battles.
I was
like,
a commentator for that one.
Oh
round.
shit, yeah.
I was I was trying to I went toward the ESPN commercials.
Dude, I totally remember that.
So he got me in as a commentator. Those were fun, man. I wish you would.
Dude, those roast battles were fun.
I loved it, man. I loved it. What about you, Mike? How did you get through? You just become a mountain man? Just camp?
I didn't get through it.
My brain's still there.
Like, don't let it take fool you that he was just like in here playing Skyrim, drinking the court. This dude was back outside in 2 weeks. That lasted 2 weeks for him. Skyrim and Pinot Grigio. And then meanwhile, me and Aaron are living together, Aaron Ransom, and we're in there for 2-3 months. And we were like just pacing around in circles with each other.
Like I've got
staring at each other.
I've got
Dude,
to
we didn't go anywhere. We went to the grocery store maybe twice, like for the first 3 months of quarantine.
Shit.
And but I guess I got through it. Mostly I just talked shit to Tank.
We would talk on the phone just like for hours.
Yeah.
Like literally, I'm like, all right, I'm not doing anything. Let me just hit up Mike. It's just like talk.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're supposed to live together. It's true roommates before you're roommates, or in between roommates.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk all day. It's crazy. I mean, we obviously work together. So we wake up, we drive, we work next to each other. We come home.
I mean, I smell a sitcom, but whatever.
Yeah.
He even tells me when he jerks off. It's wild.
The schedules, you got to know.
You
got to know. You got to know. You live in the same walls. So have you ventured out to do any Atlanta comedy since being there?
Me? Or well,
Either.
yeah, sorry. Because my answer is no.
It's fair. It's fair.
I got to Atlanta and I was like, what is this place, dude? where did Tank bring me?
Mike's never seen so many black people in his life. He's just like,
shut the fuck up.
I will tell you this: I've never seen that big of a Jeep rally than I saw.
Oh yeah, outside, dude.
That was insane.
There's some crazy shit here, man.
Yeah, and that poor guy losing his mind in the chicken wing hut. It was not. He could not have been prepared for that. There's no way.
Dude, the funny thing is, it's like I haven't seen that Jeep thing since we saw it that one time.
So there is this tiny little, and you guys can enlighten me on it because we just drove by it, but this tiny little chicken wing hut in this parking lot, and we drove to get to your house after a show, and there had to be 200, 250 Jeeps and multiple people in said Jeeps, and they all were outside talking, and there was just a massive group of people in this hut. And I mean, how many chicken wings do you think he physically can hold in that tiny little hut?
Oh, not even that many. That thing is like he can barely stand there and like turn around. It's like that small. Like,
and you said it's just one guy, right?
One dude, 4 fryers, and like he's just got them going constantly.
Either cash or cash app. That's the only thing.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Don't have to pay them fees.
Right. Shout out to Raheem's Chicken if you're
hey, yeah. This episode is sponsored by Raheem's Chicken in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
Tank, what about you, man? Have you dipped your toe in the Atlanta comedy?
Yeah, so I mean, definitely in 2019 when I got here, I pretty much like just started doing mics and shit,
getting your name out there.
Yeah, pretty much as I could, and then I felt like I was starting to get traction, like right in like March of 2020, of course. And
of course,
it's funny listening back to the podcast. I'd plug shows. I'm like, oh man, I'm doing the show. I don't know if it's going to happen or not because of COVID.
Yeah, and everything was up in the air at that point.
Yeah, so after March of 2020, I probably took almost I did a little bit in the fall, but it's pretty much almost like a year off. And then started doing it a little bit, and then took another break, and then I did like Laugh and Skull on Tuesday. They're Mike, nice. But I'm trying to get back out there because I'm like I gotta do this goddamn comedy.
Got to do this. I got these jokes to tell.
Yeah, these same jokes. But
yeah, I was gonna ask how is the writing process going? Like it's because it was tough for me to get going. I'm interested to see if other comics had tough time coming out of this writing.
I've never had a writing process. I think that's been my problem.
I haven't either.
I feel like shit just happens and I'm like, oh, maybe I should try to write something about that. But I feel like I usually work best just like talking. Like I like set up a mic in my room and then just try to talk out an idea. And I feel like me doing that works better than like writing shit down. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I put it in my phone and then it'll sit there for a couple months, and then you'll sit down one Saturday and be like, let me write this out, see what happens.
Yeah.
No process whatsoever. I should probably do the exercises and all that stuff they tell you to do, but I don't.
There's exercises,
right? Yeah, right. Like comedy exercises. Train the muscle. Shit. I guess.
I'm like, shit, let me know. Yeah, let me know what those exercises are.
There's books and stuff. I don't the smart people that do that's what blows my mind, man, is I feel so stupid compared to some of these geniuses that decided to do stand-up comedy.
Dude, yeah. Like I mean, even just seeing the amount of time some people put in, and I'm like, how do you do
what is your process?
My buddy's like, you need to be writing like 3 hours a day, dude. You mean going up multiple times a day? I'm like, how are you doing this?
Yeah, that seems very tiring.
Without getting burnt out after 5 minutes of writing.
Exactly. Like 3 hours. I don't do a whole lot for 3 hours. No. Guys got anything you want to plug real quick? Social medias or Real quick before we do get out of here, Mike, Tank is very adamant that this is not a retirement. This is a pause. That you will
For
get
me?
back out. Yes. That
Oh yeah, it's official. I'm coming. I got the Laughing Skull, Mike. November 22nd or something.
November, yeah, we're both on the same day.
both on it, same day. So that's sweet. We're pumped about it.
That's what I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted
man.
to hear.
No, I'm back.
Now I can feel I can sleep better tonight. Thank you, because you're
My
a very
boy's
funny
back.
person, and I'm so glad you're back in the game.
We're back. We can't be without each. I mean, honestly, what sucks is if you could just put me and Take together into one like Captain Planet comic, we'd be.
Have you ever thought about
toughest.
doing 2-man stuff? Like I love when 2 comics get on stage.
I
together.
mentioned it.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I would love to see it, man. Because I think y'all, I mean, the natural chemistry y'all have from hanging around each other would just show for
It's a lot
sure.
of big boy on stage, man.
I think it would be great. Like I was just talking with another comic the other day about how you got to find something that stands out. You know, you gotta have your thing. You know, you don't.
Lucas Bros of fat dudes. Yeah, we've been talking about boxing and making it into a comedy show at the same. Like we just beat the shit out of each other.
Just tell a joke.
Jokes.
I'm not saying Netflix would pick that up. You know,
Yeah,
they'd pick that up in a heartbeat. They'd be like, "Wait, what? Sign them today."
it's great.
Especially after Mike gets his ass beat. Okay.
Oh, see, we're already laying the groundwork.
Can
for
we
the
tell you
promotion,
one more
right?
thing?
Can I
real
be the
quick?
Don King? Can I please be the Don King of this?
This
I just want to be
man,
the Don King of this promotion.
when we first lived together, he was convinced he was going to buy boxing gloves on Amazon, and I talked so much shit. I punked him out so hard. He returned. He canceled the order of boxing gloves because I just wore him down.
This is promoting itself. I love it. Tank, your rebuttal.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean that's what happened, dude. I bought the boxing gloves and he was like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, bro. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Where did this guy come from, dude? He's like, I'm gonna put you in the ground, dog. And I was like, you know what? Maybe this was a bad idea.
We know all right, we know the different side of Mike over here. All right. Mike Tyson. Okay. All right. Good to know, man. Good to know. All right. Well, since we ended, since we had that weird story, let's end on a. Tell me your favorite thing about each other.
Oh God.
Yeah,
He's
we're getting
missing
mushy
too.
here. We're getting.
God, favorite thing. I mean, he's just the nicest dude ever. It's just sweet. Just he's a great dude.
I concur. I concur. Until you put the boxing gloves on.
Until you put the
That's
boxing
right.
gloves on.
Just don't put the gloves on. Just don't put the gloves on, and you're fine.
God.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Where can they find you on social media?
So I'm at Tank Funkadelic on Instagram, Twitter, and then also at Full Service Pod for the podcast.
Love it.
My corn comedy, I think it's gonna be MIKEHORN, so it's pretty easy.
I love it. Can you please do a Mickey Mouse song to re-debut it?
MIKEHORN.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, later.
My phone and friends, my phone